Hello Aquarius, this is your extended reading. So, this fairy tale story just gets even more magical and dreamy, and it's interesting because I feel like it's all happening to you, and maybe in a way that even though, when the Wheel of Fortune started, the first part of your reading, I said that you already had visions of it or glimpses of it, right? But I feel like somehow everything is happening for you. It's coming towards you. Even in this extended, actually, this whole extended is their side of the story, what they're thinking or what they're planning on doing once they find you and have this conversation, right? Because they're coming through with the Knight of Swords and the King of Swords. And the only card that's representing you, Aquarius, is this Four of Swords, right? So it feels like you're it's not like you're an spectator of your own story. It's just that everything that you did so far, you played your part already, right? And so the only thing that that is left for you to do really is to rest and receive now, right? And so because everything is coming together as it has to, as it's destined to, right? Because it is time. And so here, this extended is all them. It's everything that they're thinking and seeing and planning on doing and proposing, perhaps. So we start with the King of Cups. So not only they know what they want, they're very clear about this remembrance, right? That kept them going to find you, right? That kept them on this really harsh path throughout the world, but knowing that they would eventually find you. And so coming also here, starting this extended with the Queen of Cups, with the King of Cups, right? All of this burning heart, or, just this inner knowing within themselves. This was the guidance that they heard, right? They followed the guidance of their heart towards you. They believed it. And they believed it because here, they know the power of their heart. It's like they know the power of the mind. And actually, what's coming through right now is like the journey across the world, across lifetimes that they had to endure, was the strengthening of the mind, because in reality they already knew the power and the strength and the truth of their heart all along, right? And it feels like, okay, so it's interesting. For some time they had to only operate in the world as the King of Swords, logically, rationally, using their mind or their conscious knowledge, right? But once they do find you, it's almost like that remembrance is triggered. So it comes to, it flourishes. It's beautiful because it's coming to the surface again, right? So the path that they did walk across the world, right, was one of strengthening their mind. But in finding you asleep, right, they remember the guidance of their heart. So it's almost like now they can live life not only embodying the power of their mind, but also the power and the truth of their heart, right? They can express it fully. And it's beautiful because I feel like somehow when they notice that, or when they feel that coming to life again, there's this instant spark, it's like this, or instantaneous spark that comes to life, right? When it's almost like turning on their heart again, right? Because it was only a hope or only a far away memory, right? That now is on the forefront of their mind or their being, right? And as soon as their heart is turned on, it's like there's this spark that ignites their soul. And it's beautiful because as this heart is flourishing and opening up again, right, with a lot of wisdom and love for you, because of you, actually, this Ace of Wands is talking about this idea that they have, and it's coming through as a proposal. And I know, a proposal could play out in different ways, right? But I feel like they are ignited by this idea, by this, it's just this instinct in them, right? Once they start living life through their heart and not only their mind. So they have this idea that they want to share with you, and they want to do it. It's like if they had a chance, or if they had the courage, actually, they would just express this idea for you in an instant. It would be very quickly. I mean, they would make a proposal of whichever sort it is, like, very quickly. It's like, here is like this spark of the soul that comes alive when his heart comes alive, right? That it multiplies very quickly in him, this desire, right? This passion, this certainty. But there is also a but in a fairy tale story, right? Things could not be so easy. But so the Eight of Wands came at the same time as the Eight of Swords. Being two eights here, it's just saying that at the same time that this desire is burning inside of them, right? Once this spark ignites their soul, ignites their heart, and they just know that they want to make a proposal. It's how it's coming through, right? They immediately doubt it or question it, or it's, it has something to do with the timing of it, because I feel like somehow presenting themselves as the knight in shining armor when you were still half asleep, in a sense, and using their abilities and their knowledge, right? And now coming back to their hearts, I feel like it's almost like they don't want to scare you, because it could be very overwhelming, very intense, right? Or very quick, it could be very fast paced. Remember the difference between your paces, right? You have a very, very slow rhythm, and they have a very fast paced energy, right? And so knowing that, that little spark very fast grows into a million different ideas and intentions and wishes and desires. It's like it's like they're taming it. They're trying to control it. They don't want to scare you. So they're doubting whether it's the right time or not to share this intention, this desire with you. But I feel like, whatever this beautiful spark that ignites their soul is, I feel like it has a lot to do with a partnership with you. And it's interesting because, the Four of Wands never came, well, at least in the readings that I've done so far, but for you it is coming through with the traditional meaning of the 1111, of this beautiful partnership, this beautiful wedding setting, right? So yeah, maybe it is because it's all fairy tale and, you know, this Sleeping Beauty story. And yes, it could be a romantic proposal, right? Because whatever this spark is that ignites them when they are with you, or when they meet you, or when you have, you know, a longer conversation, it feels like, you know, as I said, it multiplies very fast. And what they see is this perfect ending. It's almost like, you know, it's like this, and they lived happily ever after, right? This is what they see in you, or with you, or what they want with you. It's actually coming through it as they want this happy ending with you. And I feel like even though they are struggling a little bit internally, right? They are questioning themselves whether it's the best time or not to say it all to you, right? I feel like they are so certain that this is the partnership, that this is the one that they want to build a life with you, right? And also the four, to me, holds this very steady energy, right? It's this it's a stable kind of partnership, right? But one, because it's ones, right, it's very fiery. It's also filled with passion and love, right? They really do love you. And I am reluctant to say that very emphatically, because, you know, you can only know that once you get to know a person better, but it's what is coming through here. And it feels like they know that already, right? But they're not sharing as much. It's almost like they're being careful enough to not be so overwhelming or not so intense, right? Because they know their intensity. Um, but with the Ace of Swords coming after the Four of Wands, and actually also with this Five of Pentacles too, I feel like they are pretty much sure of what they want, of their desires. And you know, this is interesting, Aquarius, because this is all them. I'm not seeing your reaction, I'm not seeing your response. So the message to me, especially because of the two things that I'm seeing here with the Ace of Swords and the Five of Pentacles that I'm going to get into right now, but I just have to say and point out for you, Aquarius, that the decision is yours. The answer is yours, right? If they are, you know, about to make a proposal, which they are thinking and they're certain about, and, you know, I feel like they are voicing at some point with the Ace of Swords. I feel like here it comes, right? Because it's interesting, like, you know, it starts with the Ace of Wands and it grows really quickly into the Eight of Wands, right? Which is fast communication in the traditional tarot meaning. But when it shifts to the Eight of Swords, but then turning into the Ace of Swords, I feel like whatever doubts or whatever questions that they do have, not about the relationship, right? Because about that they are certain, but just the approach, because, you know, I feel like they scared you first. So they don't want to do that again, right? So they are being careful enough to know how to approach you with this very clear proposal. And they do voice it. They are actually, what I'm seeing with the Five of Pentacles, because usually I see this as a very specific place, right? It's like they're picking the perfect place to voice this, to tell you this, right? It's almost like there has to be the perfect spot. It's not anywhere that they can say this to you. There has to be this, it's almost like actually, you know, here with the Eight of Swords coming to the Ace of Swords, it's like they are already searching for this place. And they know that it's only when they find the perfect place that they can tell you, that they can share this proposal with you, this intent with you, this vision with you, right? And it's actually, as I said, Aquarius, this is all them, right? This is their side of the story. This is their intention. And you get to decide whether you're going to accept the proposal or not. Because of the card that's on the bottom of the deck, I feel like this is where you finally come through back again, right, Aquarius, with judgment. And here, you know, it's interesting because I'm not getting a yes or a no. I'm just getting that you are the one who gets to decide, right? You are going to voice, once they do voice their feelings or their proposal, right, when they communicate it to you, I feel like you're going to be very, very guided and very certain, actually, about your answer. Yeah, you're giving your verdict at the end, which I don't know what it is, right? But you'll know if this resonates. So, yeah, okay, the rooms. I was forgetting about them. So let's see what the rooms have as a final guidance for you, Aquarius. Whew. Oh boy. Okay. So we got the Sun. And you know, this is pretty much the happy ending to the fairy tale story. You know, this is the final guidance that you would expect in a fairy tale, Aquarius. You know, the sun shining, everything happy and blissful and joyful, and just, it's beautiful. It's actually it's illuminating your life, Aquarius. You know, whether you're going to accept it or not, you know, just the whole approach, the whole story, the whole, it's gorgeous. It's like, it is your happy ending in a sense, and that is all that I'm getting, right? So you can take it however it resonates with you. Yeah, it could play out in various ways, right? But just, I have to deliver the message how I'm getting, and so here is your happy ending. It's here. So Aquarius, I hope it was insightful. I hope it was entertaining at least, right? Yeah, I'm sending you lots of love and light. If you have to make this very big decision. So yeah, okay, thank you so much for being here with me. Take care. I'll see you soon. Bye.